Hello, everybody. I'm Chris. This is my YouTube channel. This is the point where I'm supposed to say something like, if you like this video, smash that likes button, subscribe. Nah, I'm not going to do that. That may not be anything for months. I may do. This kind of reminds me of like the wrestling taping schedule where they just did a whole bunch of shows at once, and then, or any sort of actually TV show, but wrestling's what I'm familiar with. They like to do 3 or 4 shows at once, and then then take a month out, then come back, do 3 or 4 more shows, and so I'm doing that. Then this is like a TV schedule. I'm just kind of taping all these YouTube videos at once. Um, so anyway, the first couple videos didn't I get they're religious nature. The first three of now tonight I've already done a headphone review, and I've done like an AirPods story sort of. It's a little bit of a review in there, mostly just a story of me owning AirPods and probably the reason why that's a bad idea. So if you thought that was interesting, I want to check it out. What I think is supposed to self promote there or something. What I want to talk about though, is I'm going to do this as soon as I'm done with this. I'm going to be done with the videos because it's the first day of school's tomorrow, so I gotta be ready. I want to talk about Day One Journal. It's an app that you can find on iOS or Android. I'm speaking to the iOS app. I don't have an Android device to test it on. So let me get the first thing out of this. So Day One Journal. First, I guess I have to describe it. I'm going to get better at these reviews. I might go back and actually do them together. They're like a remixed review, like or the redo. An artist early in their career will do a song, and then later they'll go back to the song and they'll say, "I think we can do this one better," and they can't redo it. Maybe I'll do that with this. I probably won't do it with the headphone review. I'm probably like, yeah, whatever. By that time, I probably won't even remember I own those headphones. By the time I get around to doing that, so. Day One Journal is a journaling app, and honestly, at a very basic level, it really doesn't offer you anything that you couldn't do using your Notes app on Apple or whatever Android has, whatever. I mean, they probably have several. Android will Google will have one for you, and then your phone company will have one for you. And then then the manufacturer of your phone will have a Notes app. So you probably have several options if you're an Android user just on your phone that you probably don't even know you have, unless you've been trying to disable them because it's all that bloatware. Anyway, but so why would you need a journaling app? You could use if you have iOS, you could use Pages for free. If you have a Word subscription, use that. Most Android phones, I think, now come with some sort of word processing app. If it's not Microsoft, they have some other freebie in there. If not, you could probably get a freebie off the internet or something at least to allow you the functionality to do a journal. So why do you need a journaling app? So the short answer is you really don't, but there's a number of reasons why you may want one. Journaling is kind of an in thing nowadays. As I think most of you are aware. People, at least people think they should journal if they don't. So what does a journaling app get you? Well, first of all, what it gets you is it gets you $35 in the hole each year because that's how much it's going to cost you to unlock all the cool stuff. The app by itself is, I kind of bought into I got the trial, and I just let it roll over into the yearly subscription because I liked it. So I can't tell you how it would behave. The app would behave if I didn't have this because I've never not had this subscription. I've only had this for a few weeks now, but it's great. I just want to review it for you guys and gals to see if maybe it's something to be useful in your life. So again, if you want to journal, again, this is for serious journalers. I would suggest thinking about that, because like I said, $35 is a huge investment. It doesn't have monthly subscriptions. Not like, well, it's $3.95 a month or $35 a year. It's $35 a year. That's it. That's what you'd have to pay. So there's no monthly subscription. You can't try it a little longer. And if you don't like it, $35. That's, you want to be sure that it's going to be something you're going to be using first before you drop that cash. It's not cheap, but for me, it's worth it. Very much so. Okay, and I'm going to tell you why it's worth it. Again, it's not a thorough review. There's several places you can go and get a thorough review of these products, of anything I review. I'm not a professional reviewer. I'm simply going to tell you what I like about it. I think there's value in both. I think there's value in having a professional who knows how these apps work. I have plenty of other things to compare it to, to tell you about what it does, what it doesn't do, how it stacks up to the competition. There's definitely value. It's definitely value in that. And I think there's also some value in, holding. So yeah, I forgot they were on. Um, there's also value in somebody just telling you their experience with it, how a real life user uses these things, you know, and that's what I offer. Real life user fumbling about to tell you about Day One Journal. Um, so why do I like it? First of all, the layout's really nice. I mean, the app is really effective. It kind of gives you all your options right there. I mean, um, you can see those on, you know, if you go to the app stores, or and it is available on Android, but I can't speak to that. Or if you know, I think you also can catch it on Windows Online as well. Like you can actually, as an online version, you can use. I think. Don't quote me on that one. I know it's an Android app. Um, so everything up front, you know, it's really easy just to add a plus button, and then it brings you to your, you know, brings you to a journal page, and then you can choose from several different options. You can include pictures, videos. You can kind of talk to type or talk to text. You can use your Apple Pencil. You can, and also it has. This is probably the best feature, I think. This is I'm gonna give you the lead right away. The best feature is the templates feature. Because you create a template and then you can just fill it in every day, which saves you a lot of work. So, like, let's say I use a day summary right now. After I'm done with this, I'm going to summarize the day, and part is going to be I recorded 3 videos. It's going to be one of the check boxes. But it's got 13. You can 12 or 13. You can create your own. But it's really nice. Again, I use the day summary, and it kind of gives me a question. I answer it right under it, and it doesn't move. It kind of auto spaces and everything. So you're just filling out a form. It's not like if you do a Word template, I mean, the ones I've done are like if you're filling in a Word document, you save it and just fill it in, it's going to kind of change when you fill it in. It's going to drop. You have to pull it back up. This kind of auto formats it. Like if you write the answer, the other thing's not going to move, if you answer, So these templates are really great. There's like 13. There's a diet plan. There's an idea. And then you can create your own too. And you have your checkbox, you can make lists, you can answer questions, read responses, just kind of sets it up however you want it. And again, you can create templates. I haven't tried one yet. It doesn't seem that hard. I can do templates anyway. I do them, for Word. But again, when you do them for Word, oftentimes it moves up and down with, you have to kind of keep bumping the format back up. So that's probably the best feature. But just this, it gives you daily questions. Some of them are kind of lame. Like, have you ever, well, some of them are, I wouldn't say lame, but just some of them kind of like roll your eyes a little bit. Like, have you ever loved somebody? Oh, man, really? Really, Day One? Really? Some of them are kind of like, what's one thing the world could use more of? Some of them are like, what's your favorite movie? But the thing is, you don't have to do it, but they're there, and it gives you a question every day, and, it might spur you on. Or you can ignore it, gives you reminders. It's really something. Again, the formatting is really nice. You can use different fonts and formats, and you can put the first line be the title and then kind of type in automatically. So kind of title each day. If you do a template, I think it's that the template becomes the title. And I don't know if you can add to it. I haven't tried to add to it. Another great thing about this is the syncing option. Like, I can take my phone out to the park and I can type an entry, and then if I go back to my iPad, I can look at it, or I can redo it. I can edit it or whatever. So, and it also works with MacBook too. So all 3 of them kind of work in conjunction. So if you're an Apple person, you have that. If you're an Android person, I don't think that's there for you. I don't think that's part of what they can do, because again, Android's a little more fragmented. I mean, if you have all Samsung devices, you could do that. But I think I don't know. It could. Because there's another app that actually syncs, uses Google Drive, but I don't know if Day One does that or not. I don't have an Android, but it says it syncs to iOS, so that's what I'm focused on. There's other apps that sync to Android. I wasn't as impressed overall with Journey, the other app I'm speaking of, but it can do that through Google Drive. So also it keeps track of your location, the time, and you can also, like, it uses, the, GPS data, but also you can assign it so when you're in that area, it automatically says, like, the automatic location is going to give an address, like to Retroflex or the park or the Point or some other place I commonly go. But then I can like type in what that place is, and then the next time I do an entry there, it's going to say I was at Zephyr Park, not that I was at 116 State Road 54 or whatever, or 113 King Road for Retroflex or whatever it's going to say, Retroflex, which is obviously is more useful. I mean, I may recognize it, but obviously it's more useful to actually have the name of the location. And again, then just automatically name it every time, like what the weather was like out. Also, what the weather was like outside. Just all this information it gives you to kind of help you just kind of remember things. It also keeps a log of the places you've been, which your mileage may vary. Some of you may not want that, and you can shut that off if you don't. I personally don't care. They can come for me. I'm not. I have nothing to hide. I'm no. I mean, if the green shirts want to come for me, go for it. I don't care. I mean, really, I'm not one of these. Maybe I should be a little more. Not one of these privacy. I mean, super private people that like, oh no, they got my location. I have nothing to hide. But anyway, but some people do, and that's understandable. And that has the option you can turn that off. It's again keeps track. I was also able to import all my Instagram photos into Day One as journal entries. That was nice. So they're just all kind of there too. So it's really a great app. And so if you're looking to journal, but you're more of a technical person, these tools are going to be really helpful to you. Again, you don't need them. You can use the Notes app. It works perfectly fine. Every phone has a Notes app. I think every phone has a Word app of some sort. A freebie, not one that you have to subscribe to or pay for. I mean, even Word might have some limited functionality. I'm not sure if you can, but this is going to be something you can use. So this isn't, so you don't have to use this to journal, but it offers a lot of good stuff, and they're just getting better and better. And that $35 a year, I mean, yeah, it is pricey, but also, they're going to have to earn that $35 every year, which means they're going to, they're going to keep making the app better. I mean, there is a good side to that. I mean, what's the motivation if they charge you like one time $9.95 or even $34.95 one time? So they sell you an app. There you go. I mean, I kind of think of it as like maybe getting the new version every year of something, which not everybody does, and I understand that. But still, it's a little steep. It's steep. That's the question. Do you want to pay it? And again, it's $34.95 at the time of this taping. You might be watching this a year from now. Might have went up to $39.95 or something. I don't know. I mean, or it might have gone down, or maybe there's a sale, or I don't know. That's at the time of this recording. So again, I strongly recommend Day One Journal. If you're somebody who wants to journal, who will use it consistently, and who can use the templates and kind of that help, and really want to kind of get some nuts and bolts. If you just want to jot something down, use a Notes app. If you kind of want to get in the nitty gritty and really kind of do some details like I'm about to do, have prompts and things that kind of help jog your memory and really work on the journal, you don't need Day One for that. There are other free options to do that, or just just think about the things you want to say. I mean, but it's good stuff. I mean, Day One Journal, I strongly recommend it. And again, this is a real life user just telling you how to use it in real life. It's not an eloquent review. It's not something, again, I haven't compared them to 6 other journaling apps. I'm not a tech reviewer, just a regular old guy telling you this is cool stuff. Whose next video might be about a movie they liked, about me trying to lose weight, about, whether the pandemic was helpful to the social reform movement that we're currently undergoing, whether it was harmful or whether it was neutral. I heard somebody the other day say, oh, I think it's been helpful. I'm thankful for the pandemic because I was thinking about social reform. I'm thinking, I think two things that just happened kind of at the same time. I don't think the pandemic was helpful in that, because I just think it just happened. They've shared the same time frame. There's also some downs. I mean, there's, I think, there was definitely some, it's a question to think about. I'm not going to offer the answer here because I really don't know. I thought of the question, didn't really contemplate the answer too much. Maybe that's another video. Or maybe I'll think better of that because maybe I don't want to wade into politics too much. Especially if these videos are up in 6 months, it's not going to matter anyway because they're going to be in a totally different place. That seems to be where we're going lately, is that every day is something new. And, anyway, that's my video on Day One Journal. Again, recommended for techies who want to journal and want those aids. Otherwise, use your Notes app. Have a good evening.